Good afternoon, dear teacher. I continue with the prepositional practice, the importance of making a class plan to achieve the objective of the teacher. Okay, continue with my lesson plan number 1. The theme is important, simple past tense of an irregular verbs. Okay, grade, first bachelor. Time of the class is 40 minutes. Okay, the proficient level, intermediate level. Okay, continue with the lesson plan number 2 and objectives. Okay, with the first skill, listening, a student will be able to identify on the following instructions. Speaking, a student will be able to accurately use the simple past tense of the irregular verb in the context. Number 3, skill, reading. A student will be able to recognize simple past tense of the irregular verb in the text. Continue with the writing skill. A student will be able to accurately sentence with the simple past tense form of the irregular verbs. Okay, continue with the lesson plan. Methodology and strategies. Okay, the methodology that used in this topic is the grammar translation method and direct method. Okay. The strategy, another methodology is task-based learning. Okay, and a strategy, I use the whole class work, paid work, and finally an individual work. Okay, some examples on individual work. Okay, anticipatory set. The teacher will start the class with a conversation about what they did during the first week when they cannot assist to class for COVID-19. I will try to make them use only irregular verbs in a simple past tense. Okay, we continue with main teaching input. It's another topic important in the lesson plan. For example, I use this warm-up activity. Teacher will play a student a video about irregular verbs of simple past tense and how we form it. In this, I look a video in YouTube. Okay, continue. Teacher prepare for student a poster with the presentation of how we form the simple past tense of irregular verbs. Okay, continue. Is the teacher explain that type of the verbs are completely different from irregular verbs. Okay, continue. Another is important. Teacher will be write on the whiteboard some verbs in the infinitive forms and will be asked them to help their simple past tense form. Okay, teacher is assisting a student in a case they are needed of her. Okay, teacher help student with don't understand. Another teacher student checks the finding a share, then will be the classmate. Okay, another teacher walks around the monitoring correct pronunciation with all the class. Continue. Teacher and student conclude the class by review the topic verified. Okay. Number 4, model. Teacher will repeat with the student the pronunciation in the 3 different ways of the verbs. Students have to do a simple sentence with. For example, buy, I bought a brief last night. Okay, use the verb buy. Okay, I bought brief last night. Okay, Continue with the number 5, give and practice. Okay? The teacher gives a student a worksheet, do an irregular verbs, a story that they have learned at the beginning of the class. Okay? They have to use the verb established in the worksheet. Okay? For this activity, teacher will help a student when they need it. Okay, in the order to clear the above doubts. Number 6, independent practice. Okay, teacher will give a student flashcard to make 5 sentences at the homework. They have to use the verb learned at the beginning of the class when they listen the video. Okay? This is activity for the student homework. Number 7, assessment. Teacher will write some irregular verbs and infinitive way on the blackboard. Okay? Then a student have to change into simple past tense. Write in the board some example for a student for recognize the verbs. Okay, number 8, closing review and the following up. At the end of the class, teacher and a student will review the information of the poster present at the beginning of the class. Okay. Yeah. In this, for example, the material support. In this, number 1 is a video of the YouTube I use. Okay. Number 2, a poster will explain of how we do the simple past tense of irregular verbs. For example, in the blackboard, I write the irregular verbs and it's write the different forms, use the verbs, the verbs regular and irregular verbs. That the student difference and use the correct in the sentence. For example, infinitive catch, past simple, caught, and participio caught. Okay, the student don't use the id because it's incorrect. Okay, number 3, flashcard for paid work to reinforce between peers activity. Okay, this is important activity for the student. Use the flashcard. The student visualize this imagined and learn more because they look and this sentence or examples. This is my lesson plan. Another form is give a rule with the irregular verbs, present tense, past tense, participle. Okay, this is another is number 4, a worksheet model for independence practice homework. Using the information play at the beginning of the class and write simple sentences in the following chart. For example, in the chart, one sentence, write, and for homework, the student write another sentence, similarity that the example, and use the other verbs. Okay, this is my lesson plan number 2 with the theme simple past tense of irregular verbs for the first baccalaureate. Thank you, bye bye.